Hello, and welcome to my presentation of a LibGuide created to introduce community college students to an invaluable archive of U.S. history and culture, Readex's African American Newspapers database. I hope you enjoy this presentation. I first learned about the African American Newspapers database when I was creating another LibGuide for an African American Studies class as part of a volunteer gig at Los Angeles City College, a community college in the heart of Los Angeles. Getting a chance to learn about the database and browse through the newspapers, I saw its importance and wanted to promote it. As an aspiring community college reference and instruction librarian, I also want to foster community college students' research and writing skills. These two objectives are what inspired me to create the guide. Much of the research on community college students' academic preparedness paints a challenging picture, though. Many of them arrive at the community college classroom not quite ready for the extra rigors of college-level research and writing assignments. A few areas in which community college students especially tend to struggle are in coming up with research topics and pursuing the research process from beginning to end. Another of my goals in creating this guide was to sort of ease users into the database and encourage use of the basic search feature and of browsing. I want students to feel comfortable with searching for topics and embarking on research. The welcome page of the guide is intended to provide a basic orientation to the guide itself. Entice, with a pretty neat cartoon depicting Rosa Parks and Dr. Martin Luther King, and hopefully invite students to explore the possibilities as they view the slideshow on the page. Volunteering at the reference desk in the library and having taught developmental English at the community college level, I realize there is sometimes a need to soften the blows of academia, if you will, to make it inviting and encourage students to find themselves in their research projects. The welcome page hopefully starts that process. The About page will, I hope, prove useful to instructors and students together as it covers the scope of the database and acts as the next step toward easing yourself into the research process. Images and video, large fonts and lists, links, and a profile of the database curator are targeted to encourage a growth mindset about the research process, to make it seem doable. I wanted to foster a feeling that the database is amazing and wonderful, but also intimate and knowable as well. Probably the most important part of the guide is the search page. The objective is to seed students' minds with information and, through videos, to make search seem as easy and convenient and even as fun as it can be on Google. Thus, the advanced searches I discuss are just the tip of the iceberg of what's possible. The overall message of the search page should be that you have options, that basic search will cover you, but that you can expand or narrow things down too just by using or and. It was really important for me to make instructional videos. I just thought it would be so much easier to watch someone do the simple and more advanced searches rather than try to read through all the steps involved. The same intention underlies the Browse page. Having browsed the database myself, I really wanted to say, hey, everyone, exploration and discovery can be some of the most important and exciting ways to find research topics, and this database is kind of perfect for allowing those things to happen. Of course, you have to watch the videos to see the process, so I hope they're interesting enough to view. Part of this project would be to consult with instructors and students about the guide to see what was useful for them, what could be revised to better serve their needs. Finally, I didn't think I could get away with creating a guide for this database without addressing primary sources. Now, this is a little bit complicated because normally newspapers aren't considered primary sources, but in this case I felt it was justified to refer to them as such because one of the goals of doing research in the database is to find something out. Yeah, okay, about the events being reported on, but even more so about the cultural themes, concerns, and so on reflected in these print artifacts themselves. Of course, part of the LibGuide is invisible. Hopefully instructors would help students navigate through it, encouraging students to think about these issues while not getting bogged down in them either. I hope someday soon to be a community college reference and instruction librarian, making research easy but robust and exciting for a diverse, one-room schoolhouse student body is my objective. Promoting the finest resources we have, such as the African American Newspapers Database by Readex, which is truly a national treasure, will be part of my work. Hopefully this guide is on the way to being able to do those things. Thank you for watching.